Hello and welcome to Obridge Academy. I just want to give you a quick walking tour of the Blackboard system. When you first start with the Obridge Academy website, you'll notice that in the beginning, at the top of the website, there's a My Courses button, and just under that there's a button for Blackboard. When you click on the Blackboard link, it takes you to our Blackboard site. That site is obridge.blackboard.com, and you can enter your username and password that has been assigned to you. You'll notice a welcome message, and you can just click on the login button. When you log into the system, you'll be greeted with several tabs across the top of the screen. One for grades and some other information that's helpful as you're looking at your courses. Another one shows your class list and some other welcome information and announcements. A third one for email and connecting with email. A fourth one is a storage area where you can store your personal files if you need to do that. And the fifth one is for portfolios or showcasing your work that you've done while you're at school. And that's designed to share with either potential employers or colleges. Let's take a look at each of these areas in a little more detail. When we click on the Home button, we can see a variety of different widgets or modules on the left-hand side. The first one that we're looking at already is the Grades area, and you can see that the various grades for, in this case, history, show up here on the right-hand side. I can look at all my grades. I can look at just the items that were graded, upcoming and submitted, and so forth. And so this shows you, based on the various courses and where we are, what's been graded and what kind of grades we have, and it's sort of a grade center for you to look at. The first tab is really just an overview page, and it shows you any calendar events that you have, any recently graded materials, and any notices about posts that have been made in any of your classes. And so that's available to give you an overview of what's going on in the system. The second button down gives you a little bit more of a spotlight on just the posts that have been made. And posts are really updates that have been posted in the discussion areas. Every class has a posting area or discussion, and this is a recap of those discussion areas across all your classes. The third button down shows you any updates, and these may be updates of added or adjusted assignments, really a kind of a running thread of all the activity in all of your classes. And so you can look at those there. The third one we looked at already, which is the grades, and then the final one is the calendar. You can look at all of your calendars combined, or you can check off and look at just individual calendars for individual courses. And so that gives you an overlay, and you can add things to your calendar as well. But the calendar is listed under the home screen. Now across the top of the screen we also have some other tabs. The other tabs include classes, and you can see the class listing of all of the classes. You see we're taking U.S. History 10th grade with Mr. Spencer, an art class with Mrs. Dilger, a chemistry class with Mr. Congleton, and so forth. There's some welcome information here as well, and also announcements and class organizational information on the right-hand side there as well. But if we want to dive into one of the classes, we can actually click on the class itself, and it opens up the class. We'll see some homepage information. We can look at course introduction information, and we can scroll down and look at further information as we scroll down through the material. The course material is all consolidated under this course material section, and generally it's segmented into units. And we can see Unit 1, Unit 3, and so forth. And as we start and read through the material, you'll see there's material here for the various chapters or units of the course. Now, for comparison's sake, I'm going to log out of or get out of that particular class, and I'm going to open up the chemistry class just to show you what the homework and assignments look like. You'll notice that the layout is very similar from course to course. When I click on the course materials for chemistry, I can see my chemistry overview, and then you'll notice that some of the courses have assignments and tests with them. If your chapter doesn't have an assignment or test, they'll be empty. But in this case, we do have some assignments for chemistry. And when I click on the assignments, I'm going to be able to look at the assignment detail. And so when I click on assignment, sure enough, I can answer the questions here, either by writing a submission, where I can type it right in the box here that's provided and type my message or my submission, or I can attach from my computer, browse a file, find a file on my computer, and attach it to this particular assignment. I can add comments and then click submit, and that would send in my homework assignment to the teacher. The same is true if I'm looking at this particular Unit 1 chemistry and I look at tests. I can click on the test, and that'll start the test for chemistry. In this case, when I click begin, it begins asking me questions about chemistry, and I can go through answering the correct questions for each of the items that is listed. And when I'm finished, I can either save the answers individually, or I can go all the way to the bottom of the test. And when I'm finished everything, click Save and Submit, and that'll submit my questions for the test. And that's how I do the tests. So generally speaking, you're going to go through the material, and you're going to go through the course material. I'm going to leave this page for the test. Go through the course material, and then take the assignment, and then finally do the test. Usually in that order: read the chapter, do the assignment, and then complete the test. In addition to those three activities or events, you'll also want to participate in the discussion for this class. And if we click on the discussion button, we can click on discussion and open up the discussion area. When I click on the discussion board in this class, there's no discussion, but let's look at another class where there is a discussion going on. And 10th grade history, I believe, is our example here. And when we click on our discussion board for 10th grade history, we'll have some further information. A welcome to the class. I can click on the welcome button, and I can look at the welcome thread that's been posted, and I can see that a variety of different activity has happened here. I can reply or create read things or mark them as read, or post new messages in the threaded discussion. And then in addition, of course, I can see my grades. Any of the grades that have been posted would be listed here, the grades that my teacher has awarded me. If you have any questions at all, we're happy to help out. I would be happy to answer any questions for you. Just contact us on our help desk by calling our main number, or reach out to your teachers, and they can help as well. Remember that on the main page for Obridge Academy, we also have an email button, and that email button allows us to connect with any of the teachers. When we click on our course, we can click on all teachers and send an email to all the teachers in this case, from the demo. But we can type in our message and then send a message to the teachers. Remember that our teachers are all on Skype as well, so if you're using Skype, make sure to reach out to our teachers on Skype, and they'd be happy to connect with you and talk to you at that on Skype as well.